Finally, at last, Chemistry Productions is doing something Halloween related. After all these years, you would have thought that we would have done something for Halloween. I mean, we were established back in 2012. However, as I say all the time on our Aviat podcast, which you can actually find on Spotify, we are very short-staffed. And I'm a pretty festive guy. I like celebrating different holidays, different celebrations, and Halloween is one of them. I love the lights, I love the spookiness, I love the trick-or-treating. Yes, I'll still do that at this age. So for this Ruining Your Faves episode, we'll be focusing on the Joker movie, which was released on October 4th, 2019, this year, and it's already getting Oscar buzz. Also, it's the highest grossing R-rated film of all time. But alas, I have not seen this movie yet.
This is terribly uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know, but I'm behind on a lot of my movie watching. I'll get to it. But today, what I'll be focusing on is the Joker's makeup, more specifically how he decides to disguise himself as a clown. For those of you who don't know, the Joker is a main villain in the Batman comic book series, and sometimes he shows up in different movies. For example, I'm sure you've heard of Heath Ledger, who played the Joker in The Dark Knight. And then there's Mark Hamill, aka Luke Skywalker. The Joker terrorizes this fictional city of Gotham, and it furthers the narrative that clowns, which he's dressed up as, tend to be scary. I wanted to look more into this fear because one time when someone was doing my locks, they actually said they had a fear of clowns, and I figured since this is a Halloween themed episode, let's go into the spookiness of this fear. The fear of clowns is actually called Coulrophobia, and it's a real thing. The good news is no one's born fearing clowns. In fact, it's developed over time. Some people might have had a traumatic experience with clowns, or some people might have been told that clowns are scary. And if you look at popular culture, we've seen scary iterations of clowns all the time. For example, you have Stephen King's It, and then you have this Joker right here from the comic books and the movie, and then you have American Horror Story. Most people don't like overly nice things or even entities that smile too much. For the common person like myself, I might think, why are you smiling so much? What's beneath that mask? What's beneath your smile? And then there's the fact that clowns smile all the time, like they have a painted on smile, for the most part. They'll have this painted on smile, they'll have a white face, the oversized shoes, the wigs, and I can understand how a person might think to themselves, I don't really trust this entity that's smiling all the time. What's going on beneath that smile? What are you trying to cover up? Is there a sinister plan that you have going on? In certain cases, people might have a preconceived disposition to anxiety disorders. So if someone has general anxiety and they're around a clown who they might not trust anyway, they're going to develop this phobia. Clowns in general are like human, but not really. They're more humanoid because they are human, but they're wearing a mask, a painted on mask to be specific. And sometimes they actually wear a real mask. So if you have a person that's looking at a humanoid type creature, then obviously they're going to be skeptical. Steve Schozman, an assistant professor at Harvard Medical School, actually pointed out that the fear of clowns might be linked to pattern recognition. Pattern recognition is basically when you see something and you think you know what it is, but you're kind of confused. For example, pattern recognition can be used with birds. So there's a parrot and there's a canary. If you're used to seeing parrots, but you've never seen a canary before, then you might recognize it as a bird, but you don't necessarily know what it is. That's like how people are with clowns in these phobias. They'll see a clown, especially if they're a kid, and they look at it and they say, it's human, I believe, but not really human. And that's how coulrophobia comes about. But it's not really a fear that affects people all that much. They might just think clowns are creepy. In rare cases, somebody might see a clown and they'll stiffen up, or they'll get a panic attack, or really have a hard time dealing with it. In those situations, this person might consider seeking out therapy or talk to somebody about clowns, or you can actually look at a clown put their makeup on and see the transformation. And that's pretty much what I found out about clowns. So what do you think about this topic? Are you going to see the Joker movie? And happy Halloween to everybody out there. Finally, Chemistry got something done for this celebration.
It's about damn time.
Or holiday. I don't know what it is. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Chemistry Productions, the YouTube channel, and we will see you next time.
Chemistry Productions.